Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dearborn Discussions. I have with me in the studio today Houssam Mchaimech. Many of you know him. He's the guy behind the camera in many of our community events. Let's start with Houssam from the beginning. Houssam, tell us about your upbringing back in Lebanon, and when did you come to the United States, and how did you get into photography and videography?
Uh, Hello, my name is Houssam
لا أنت
Mchaimech.
احكي معي.
Okay. Uh, okay. I I'm originally my background is photojournalism, uh, culture photojournalism. I start photography in 2000. Started with the kind of covering culture events in Beirut. Started with Roger Assaf and group شمس شباب مسرح سينما.
Tell us, I know first, يعني, what era you were born in, and where
Yeah,
did you?
I was born in Beirut, Tayune, kind of middle class family, uh, far away from culture family. But for me, culture was kind of very attached. So I I studied communication art, radio and TV, and theater, acting, and in 1998, 97, graduate in 2001. And during my study, I met Roger Assaf by accidentally, if you wanna see.
And
My
can you tell our audience who's Raja Asaf?
Roger Assaf is my mentor. I this guy he has a lot, you know, a lot of where I am now is kind of it started with Roger Hanan, uh, Shams. That's where I start. By one time, I was going to my cousin told me, "Are you want to go to see a movie documentary for his friend?" I thought, "Okay, let's go." So I went to the Masrah Beirut. By the time it was. And there was that's just the beginning of Shams, the group of Shams, and I went there and I met all those young generation, young artists. They trying to do something in the art in Beirut, and there was kind of they do kind of events, volunteering. Students coming from different background, theater, audiovisual studies, USG, LAU, AUB, no, not there, LAU, USG, and Lebanese University, and Alba. So we were meeting there, and some people they were doing kind of theater, some music, and there is a lot of stars now in the Lebanese uh, community, artist community. They started there, and that's how I started. I start to go there. I start to volunteer there,
In
and I
the
at the at the
theater,
at the theater.
at the Lebanese theater,
Beirut Theater, which
Beirut.
is and by that time Roger and Issam Khalid and
Who are these people?
they are artists. They are Roger is a director, theater director. He's an actor. He's a professor at the Lebanese University and University of Saint Joseph. and Hanan, his wife, and she's an actress too. Isam is a director and actor. Bernadette Hadeb, also she's a actress. And there is at the same time there was another group. It now it's called Beirut DC, and now there is another also. It's another project with which is Metropolis Cinema. That's those all those groups. They started together in Masrah Beirut, Beirut Theater, Ain Mraisi. That's where it started a lot of those young generation and activists in the art. So how that how it started. They started أيام بيروت السينمائية, the first edition, and مهرجان شمس, the Shams Festival for the young, for the youth.
Mm-hmm. The Sun Festival for the youth.
For the youth, yeah.
By that time, were you studying?
I was in school. Yeah, I was in college doing my degree, my study at communication art, and audiovisual. And
what got you interested in that before you got to
I love photography since I was kid. Photography is kind of something I was very interested too. So. Mm-hmm. And I did couple classes in photography, and accidentally I was talking to a friend of mine, and she told me, "Oh, why you? There is a school, there is a college, you can do this degree." For me, I didn't know that there is some school they teach you photography or teach you audiovisual. I didn't know that there is school for that by that time. In '90s, Lebanon coming out of war, it's not kind of something. If you are not in the community and this artist community, you will never know about that. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's how it started by I was talking to somebody. Oh, well, I love photography. I did this class, photography. Oh, why you don't do this? This school, you can study 3 years and you can get.
What was your first camera?
That was Canon AE1. I still have it.
When was that?
I bought it in 1999.
So that's before. So you were into photography, but you didn't have a camera?
No, I didn't have a camera. When I went to, I remember.
No, it's even before when you decided to study.
Yeah,
I
didn't have photography. Yeah, I didn't have a camera. It was so expensive by the time.
Yeah. So how were you into photography?
I did classes, photography classes in a studio. There was a studio in Beirut, and I heard that they do some classes, photography. So we used to use the camera of the studio. Mm. So that's how I learned studio photography at the beginning, light, and after a couple months, I knew it about this school. So I started this school. At the first year, I was going with my cousin to Beirut Theater to see his friend's movie. I didn't know that there is also a community there. So that's how I met Roger and the group of Shams. And I started to get involved, and I was volunteering there when, and they started the festival. So I bought a camera. My dad kind of bought me this camera for as a gift, because so it was for $600 by the time. And $600, that was kind of big.
That's a fortune in Lebanon at that time.
So I started to take a picture for the festival, and that's how it started. I started to take a picture of the festival, the people covering the event, and I started to know about other artists, about other festival, other events. The Shams group, they get me in contact with the French Culture Center. I started to take a picture for French Culture Center, Beach Council, Goethe Institute, the European. From there, I start to take a picture for the European Commission, the the festival, European Film Festival, أيام بيروت السينمائية,
So you're
Beirut Film
kind of
Festival.
from the beginning. Your specialty was
My specialty was
festivals.
festivals, and I was cover every single things happening in Beirut, from dance performance, theater, festival, film festivals, even exhibitions, everything related to art. You will see me there.
Whether you're hired or not.
No, yeah. Whether I hired or not, I just contact the people, and they start to know me. So most of the time, I don't need to call them. They know that I'm coming. So there is a lot of people. They start to count on me because they know that I gotta be there, because I have it on my calendar, my social media. That was, by the time, it was at the beginning of the social media, so everything
Yeah.
is there. You can see what's going on. And I started to get the even the magazine, the newspaper. They know, because I knew all the
Journalists.
journalist, the writer at the magazine. And I remember Pierre Abissab. He was the first person who paid me money, who paid me for my picture. For me, I used to, everybody asking me for the picture, I just give them the picture. I was taking picture, I was spending money. I was making a little bit of money just to cover my the expense of,
Expenses.
because by the time it wasn't digital, it was still negative. And negative, you need very high sensitive films, which is 1600 ISO, which is, it's expensive. And also, you need to develop the negative and print the picture for people to start to see. So what I used to do, I used to sell those picture for the artist for cheap, for $1, $2 per picture, just for me to cover my expense of the films. And I remember one time I got a contact from Pierre Abissab. He used to work for Hayat newspaper, and he said, "I need some picture to cover, to put it on the newspaper for Hayat, on the Hayat newspaper about the festivals." So I went there and I give him the pictures. I show him what I have, and he select about 15 to 20 pictures, and he said, "Okay, how much do you want?" And for me, I was, "What do you mean, how much do you want?" For me, it was still kind of
New.
new, and not, why do I have to get money from that? And he said yes, and that's how I started
How much he
to
paid you,
share.
if
He
you don't
paid me good
mind?
money. He paid me, by the time I got about, I don't know, maybe $10-15 per picture. By
Yeah.
by the
The,
time
the
10
reason I
15
ask you this question is because these videos are part of an historical archive.
Yeah, I still
So the,
have
the
this archive.
pricing of photographs might be of interest for people researching in the future.
I still have all my archive. I still getting contact from people till now. They looking for their pictures. And I there is a lot of documentary people who's archiving about art, and they contact me till now. And
That's great that you still have the archive.
yeah, I still have it. I have about 10 years since 2000. A digital archive I started in 2005. That was 2000. Yeah, 2005. That was when I remember that I bought my digital camera the year that's Hariri got assassinated. That was when I started to digitize everything digital, and it's become cheaper for me. And I have it. I have all my negative from 2000 to 2005. I still have all this negative, and from 2005 till now, till I left Lebanon in 2013. So I have all this period of time, about 8 years. It's all organized by project, by date, and by folder. Where is those pictures?
So you continued to cover the cultural scene, in Lebanon during that time. Did you get into photojournalism?
I did. I worked with as you know, in 2005 the scene has started to shift politically to so I start to be kind of activist, and at the same time cover all the movement in Beirut, what's happening. I was volunteering at the social movement, and I was kind of involved with a couple different organization. Just cover what's they doing. I worked for a period. I was not work. I was kind of a freelancer. I was in I met Lukman Slim. A big loss for Lebanon, for the community, for everybody. I worked with Umam for about a couple of years, uh, covering their events. Covering, I did an exhibition with Umam about the the wall. I took a lot pictures of graffitis and what's written on walls around Beirut in general. And I worked with them for about 2 3 years. I cannot remember exactly how long, but I stayed in contact till I left Beirut.
Can you tell us a little bit about your work with Luqman Salim?
Lukman, it started
And how did you meet him? What's
with
how was his personality? What's your impression of him?
Lukman, for me, he's a genius. He was genius, and maybe whatever if I was uh, with him or without, and some of ideas, but as I said, he was genius. This this man has kind of futuristic ideas. I wish the Lebanese knew more about his ideas.
And he was archiving
Yeah,
the
he
media files of the Civil War,
exactly. So
working on
that's what
documentaries,
that
something that's much needed in Lebanon.
yeah that's what that's what I'm saying. He has a very great project he worked on, and still there's still I'm sure that his organization is still active
And
in
his
Beirut.
wife is a documentary maker.
Yes, Monica. And but for me, he is the one. He is the motivated person. I know Monica is very active person, and at the same time, but for me, I feel like Lukman kind of he's a kind of very I cannot explain. I cannot find the words to represent this person, because as I said, he's kind of futuristic person with hundreds of ideas, and philosopher, very well educated person. And I'm sorry that's what happened. That's happened for him. I wasn't surprised, to be honest, based on the situation in Lebanon. And but that's how it's Lebanon. That's why I decide, you know what, it's not worth it to
Did
stay
he
there.
did he communicate with you personally?
Yeah.
How was he personally?
Oh, he's down to earth
Is he
person.
a kind
Ah,
person?
yeah, very kind. You can see him talking to young kids, to very high profile people. You know, he's he's a he was a phenomenal guy.
Okay, let's move on to the in your photojournalism journey. Did you record any of the? Did you get any? So I understand that you've become an activist photographer during the social movement for change since 2005. Um, 2006 war took place.
Yes,
Did your camera play a role?
yes. Actually, in the 2006, I wasn't. I took a video and photo. I have some video just covering. I wasn't. I did. I
Were
got
you in
hired.
Beirut?
Yeah, yeah. I was in Beirut. I got hired with for a couple projects during the 2006 war, but my work was more into aid,
Humanitarian aid.
humanitarian aid. So that's where I was more. I was, I was because I was volunteering at the Mouvement Social, social movement. So for me, I felt like that's the need is
So
there
you were
the
busy
need.
with that. So you
But
weren't.
my camera is always with me. I have all. So when they attack Shia, where is my where I live, I went there.
Which is
Uh,
an area in
yeah,
Beirut.
it's in
Yes.
Beirut. Yeah, so I covered that. I went there the second day. I didn't went there the same day. I went the
Hmm.
second day. So and I was going to, there is one day we there was a convoy going to the south, and I tried to go there, but the 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 Lebanese army, they didn't allow us. They didn't let us go there
Hmm.
because situation was so hard, and it wasn't kind of safe. There was a convoy going, and we were taking food to the people who stuck in the south of Lebanon.
Hmm.
And I remember my parents were kind of outside Beirut during the war, so the majority of the people, they left Beirut because Beirut was under attack, especially our area, Tayone, Shiyeh, that's area, So and I went with them for the first 2 days, 3 days of the war, but I felt like I'm not gonna sit home doing nothing. That's not where I belong. That's not where. So I went back to Beirut with my brother, and we started to work on the aide humanitaire. So that's where after a couple of days we decided to go to the south, but they didn't let us go, and so we came back to we stayed in Beirut, just doing covering some taking picture for people who living on the street, living in the gar at the park or something like that. So I covered this. I have still this archive, and my still those picture in my archive. And 2000, after the war's end, I got hired by couple of international newspaper. I went to the south the second day of the ceasefire. We went to the south, and I spent about 4 days
You
there,
took photos
to
there.
taking picture there. Yeah, and
Were you hired to do that or
yeah,
not?
I got hired to do that. I
Mm.
work for one of the. It was. The La Famille Chrétienne. It's a French magazine, and I work with a couple different new organization. I got hired. They bought the picture,
Okay.
my pictures.
From 2006 to 2013, before you left Lebanon, anything that you want to mention?
Ah, yeah, that is a lot. And 2000 in 2008, 2009. No, in 2006. Uh, I was planning to leave Lebanon before the war. because after the assassination of Hariri, the situation started to become harder and harder, and even kind of, if you want, for the security as a photographer, for your safety, the situation started to become harder on the basic day. So you need to worry if where you're taking your picture, what picture you're taking, and so after the 2006 war, I decided, no, I'm not gonna leave. I'm staying in Lebanon because I felt in 2006 there's something in Lebanon you can build on. This kind of how is the Lebanese in general, they kind of collaborate together during the war. I felt like you can build some on something at that time. So I felt, no, I'm staying in Beirut. I'm not going anywhere. So I felt like that's where I belong. That's why I'm supposed to stay till the what it's called, I forgot what it's called, April 7, when this kind of some Lebanese movement, the people, they decide to invade Beirut, and at this time I felt like, no, that's kind of not kind. We cannot live anymore there. We cannot. And after that, there is a lot of things happened to me. I got stopped by the police because I was taking picture in Hamra Street. They put they handcuffed me, put me in the police car, take me to the police station for nothing, just because. And I show them that I'm a journalist. I got stopped by different organization.
Different militias, more.
Different militias, of course. I stopped by different militias. It's not just one. It's if I will say different, it's with everybody, because in Beirut it started to become every area it's belonged to
A
one
militia.
a militia. So for me, I felt like, and I start to see my friends, they get attacked, especially who work on who covered political. I wasn't cover political. I was covering more
Culture.
culture and social life. But in 2011, I believe, I start to work with a kind of a group of people they called المفكرة القانونية, the legal agenda. And the legal agenda, they are very active people, and they trying to build kind of laws and something like that. Highly respect for those people. I still in very good contact with them, and they are amazing, still working very hard to build something, and with the Congress in Lebanon and in the law to change laws in Lebanon. They are very active. So I worked for about 2-3 years with them before I left. And that's it. When I start to work there, it started to put me in kind of clashes with the not just the militias taking pictures, also with the Lebanese army. I get stopped a couple times with the Lebanese army because I was covering protest and demonstration, and there is a lot of things happened, and there is a lot of things I felt, that's life in Lebanon. It's cannot continue. I cannot continue like that, and it's not worth it anymore for me to stay there. I know I miss the culture life there because it's a huge there. Life is amazing there, culture life. But at the same way, you cannot just count on. Oh, you know what? I cannot. I cannot just live from culture, because you don't know when, like on April 7, there was a big festival. It's just canceled. There's couple festivals just canceled just
There's no
because.
stability.
No, you
There's
cannot. You
no
cannot count
safety,
on
no security, no
nothing.
future,
Yeah. So
corruption and
exactly.
insecurity.
So that's why I decided in 2013. You know what? It's not worth it. So I moved to. My plan was to stay in Lebanon and live there, but when that's happened, I get here, get married, and
Do you regret that you left at 2013? Like in
no,
2013, do you wish that you left in 2006?
no.
Hmm.
In my life, I'm not that person who regret anything in my life
Okay.
because I believe what's happened, it's happened for a reason.
Hmm.
I'm not this guy. No, I know that's. I stayed there. There was a reason I stayed there, and there was a reason it made me leave, and now there is a reason why I'm here.
Okay. Question. Uh, as you are behind the camera, you have a different vision from people attending an event, being engaged in the event. While you're behind the camera, you're trying to capture the bigger theme of what's taking place, the mood. You go beyond what's in the picture. So behind the camera, what did you see through all these cultural events in Lebanon? What's something that you saw through your camera that can describe, or something that's a common theme, a common thread between all these cultural events that were taking place?
You know, it's an interesting question. For me, the culture scene is it's my main vision, my main goal, it's just to document this. That was my first feeling, and I want to be. I'm personally a person. I like to see everything through my camera. So for me, I hate to watch uh, anything without my camera. If I'm seeing any play or any show or anything, if I don't have my camera, I
You
feel like
you
there's something missing.
you don't feel good,
Yeah,
huh?
I don't feel good at all.
And I've noticed you, like we've invited you to many events as a guest speaker, and you always have your camera, and you grab it with you.
And now it's way less. When I was in Lebanon, I don't go out without my camera. Wherever I go, even if a birthday party, a friend's night, uh, uh, I'm getting invited to friends of mine. Just come, let's have a drink. My camera is always with me, and people they used to know me from far because they see somebody has his bag. I used to have a side, those kind of side bag, and after that, I get my backpack because I start to have a kind of pain in my back because of this kind of side bag. And you will see whatever who see me in Beirut from far, they know that's me. That's Houssam. He's coming. They know that Houssam. He's gonna have his camera, and you're gonna see him in this place. And sometimes there's people they will be shocked. We just saw you in this event, and I will be at this. I will be following 4, 5, 6 events at the day. I used to cover all this. I know, and what is beautiful in Beirut, because it's small city. Every they used to organize everything together. So okay, Masrah Beirut has a display from 6 to 7. Duwar Shams they have display from 7 to 8. The festival is gonna be from this time, and the festival also they used to communicate. Sometimes it's got an got.
So, what did you see through your camera that we didn't see? Those
I
who of us who attended these events.
I see. The nicest thing with the camera, when you have your camera, is you have this zoom lens, so you can see close up. You can see the reaction of the actors, the reaction of the people. You can see the details of any event. and you can see it from different angle. So for me, when I'm taking picture of play, I'm not sitting in one place and taking. And for me, I use, when there is any play, I like to take a picture. My personality, I don't like to see the show and take a picture after. I don't like that. I would love to take. I will get a second day and take another picture. But my picture that I like to take is the first time I'm seeing the show, because I love when I'm taking my pictures is to be something I don't know what it's gonna happen. Just to pretend how they gonna move, where they gonna move, how they gonna act, what's their reaction. And when I'm taking the picture, I feel like I'm inside the play, whatever, if it's play, if it's a dance show, it's a dance performance, or it's I don't know, whatever it is. Even if somebody have a speech, you don't pretend, you don't expect it where to go, how they gonna move. For me, I'm having my camera, I'm trying to catch this moment. I love to catch the moment that those people, how they, just expected where they're gonna go, how they're gonna move, what they're gonna say now. And you started to feel the play.
Mhm.
you know
And
I
what was the common feeling in
oh
all
no.
these events in Lebanon?
What it's not just in Lebanon, any place I'm behind the camera, whatever is that, I feel kind of, I that's a lot of joyful for me when I'm behind the camera taking anything. It's either whatever is the event, whatever is the thing I'm taking, I enjoy.
If you're taking photographs of a program that you don't agree with, does that affect your photography?
No, no, no. Maybe sometimes I will be kind of mean, and if somebody I don't like, and I start to take, I will take some kind of ugly picture, for wait for moment, which is I can just you know put those people in the situation where I can just you
Mhm.
know play this. I have, when you are behind the camera,
Mhm.
it's up to you as a photographer to decide,
Uh-huh.
are you gonna how you gonna show this person. It's up to you. You can take the right moment, where the ugliest moment for this person or the best moment for this person.
But if you are hired to take photos, you're hired to take the good
No,
photos.
does no. You don't need to give to them the bad photos.
Oh, okay, you keep them.
You
You
can
hang
keep
them in
them.
your
Yeah,
bedroom.
you can give it to somebody else.
Um,
No, I didn't do that, because for me, 99% of the time,
mhm.
I work with people I like.
Mm.
I don't work with people I have a problem with.
Sometimes I think like you are taking a photo of an audience, and the hall is empty.
Yeah,
There's like 20 people, and the hall fits 150 people. Okay, which is today is called a good
yeah.
cultural program in Dearborn. Uh, and when you take the photo, you take it from an angle where it makes it seem that there's a lot of
There's a
people.
yeah.
And you can take it from another angle that makes it seem very empty. Now, what's your responsibility as a photographer to show reality? Because I feel sometimes, like, why not show history like it is?
Let me tell you something. I
It's just
take
like there's a difference between marketing and promoting, and there's a difference between documenting and showing history. And I struggle with that as a non photographer.
Let me tell you something. If you look to all my picture, you're gonna see both.
Hmm.
Because in my picture, I will keep both pictures. Whatever events, if you go now to my profile on Facebook, and if I'm sharing the picture, whatever is the event, you're gonna see some picture. It shows some crowd, audience. It's not because I want to just fake the number of the audience, because I feel like, no, I need to take some artistic picture to show some people, you know. And I take it always from angle, different angle, low angle, just to show, not because I want to hide how many people. Because if you're looking to another picture, another angles, many times you will see large angle. And even if there is 20 people in the theater or wherever, you will see both. But maybe people, when I send those pictures, especially because majority of my work, I don't share it on my social media. So either I got hired, and the majority of the time I'm getting hired, so I send the picture for the people who hire me. So it's up to them to share whatever they want. But for me, I already send them both. I did, but nobody want to be interested to share on their social media or
So if there is a person in the audience who has a face that shows that they're really bored, would you take such a picture?
uh, not really, because I'm personally, I'm not. Yeah, that's what we had this conversation yesterday, with somebody, and he asked me, why you don't take this picture for this people and this people and this person and this person? I thought, I'm not interested to take a picture of people sitting, everybody sitting in the hall. That's not my job. Some other photographer, they take picture for everybody, and everybody has a picture. People love to see themselves, and
Yeah,
no, I don't
let's
care.
just dissect this a little bit. So it's a habit in Dearborn. It's not typical in other places, or I'm not really sure how typical it is. But anyway,
It's
it
just
is.
here. It's not typical.
Yeah. So in Dearborn, it's typical that when a photographer is hired for any event, they take a picture of every single person in the audience,
I'm not interested.
like really like a portrait of each person,
I'm not
and
interested.
they post all of them. And I think the logic behind that is people like look for their pictures, so it just brings more clicks, more views.
I don't care.
I'm not sure if people like that, or I think they like it. That's why it became a habit. But that's not something that is professionally done.
No, nobody do that professionally. Nobody and nobody interested to see this much of picture of portrait. Yeah, if there's somebody, I will take some picture of people. If you look into my any events,
Yeah, I
I will
see that,
take
of
some. I will
course.
take some picture for me. I don't know, for some kind of reaction of audience. If I felt like it's interesting to put this reaction, but it's not about the person. It's about the moment of this person.
Right.
So I don't care if it's a woman or man, old, young, kid, whatever. I don't care. I and for me, I always follow my feeling. I don't care how many click it's gonna take on my picture. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care how many people gonna love this picture or don't like. I don't care. Honestly, I'm when I'm taking my pictures, the last thing I'm thinking about it is who gonna love this picture or who doesn't like. I
So
don't care.
you're an artist in your zone.
Yes, I care about if I gonna like this picture or I don't like it. When I go to my computer at the end of the day, watching my photos, I don't care if the customer gonna like or they're gonna I'm not gonna like. I don't care. I have to be satisfied where from what. Sometimes I put picture, I leave picture. I'm not this much satisfied of. Not because, but because it's just for documentation. That's how I take it. Uh, sometimes I take couple picture for the same thing. There's just a little bit of move, and I kept sometimes 3 or 4 picture. They look the same, but for me, I feel like, no, there is this. Maybe this reaction, somebody gonna kind of be interested with this reaction, but they are both good. That's why I kept couple
Both of
two
them.
three or that's how.
Yeah.
But the what is what am I gonna get from social media? I'm not social media person. I'm a photographer. That's one of my weakest things. I'm not a social media person. I don't care about social media.
Okay. Let's jump to how much time do we have more?
You got 40 seconds. 46 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's jump to Dearborn. 2013, you came to Dearborn. Did you come just straight to Dearborn?
Yeah,
How was your impression of the city?
I was shocked.
Did you like the shawarma?
I don't care. I'm not
It's just a
foodie
joke
person. Yeah,
because
yeah, I
some
know.
people reduce our culture to
Yeah,
shawarma.
let me tell you something. In general, uh, I don't hate the area here. To be honest, I was kind of, when the moment I decide that I'm leaving Lebanon, and when I get here and I decide that I'm staying here, I decide whatever is the situation, I need to find my place inside it. So I didn't get here. I didn't come here with a high expectation. I didn't expected anything. For me, when I get here, I felt like, okay, I need to find the people who who belong to my idea. At the beginning, I started to be honest. I started to meet a lot of people. I got kind of I got kind of uh,
Repelled.
kind of, yeah. So you feel like, this why those people think like that, especially when you're coming from city like Beirut, with open minds, theater, crowds, to come to city where barely there is one thing a month. So you feel like, at the beginning it was kind of boring for me, to be honest. But I start to use that, with the time I start to meet new people.
Mm. So you came and your mind, you're going to be a photographer here too.
uh, yes. No, I cannot be an other than photographer. No, I try. I'm doing a lot of things now beside photography, just to live, to survive, to pay my bills.
But you see yourself
But
as a photographer.
I cannot see myself other than photographer. I cannot see myself other than photographer.
And your photography is very special, Hussam. When you take photographs of an event, I don't need to touch any of the photos. Like they are works of art that they need to be, published as is because very, they are beautiful finished products. Talking of which, I know
Thank you.
that these days, people use filters and stuff, and they alter reality. Do you face challenges sometimes with?
Yeah, when you go to portrait, that's why I'm a little bit far from weddings and portrait on my work. I do sometimes portrait and weddings, but I have my own style.
Mhm.
Not the majority of the people they will like my style, especially because majority of the people, they like, now they see themselves,
They want Photoshop.
not just Photoshop. They are now they I said that before, and I will say it again. Now people, they start to look at themselves, or they start believe them how they look. It's basically based on what their phone filters give it to them. So that's how they think. That's what that's the majority of the people now. They will tell you. I had this kind of situation once. I was taking picture of uh, people. It's a group of people. They want to do advertisement for the work. So I take some portrait. They want to share it, and one of the people there, one of the people there, she came to me, and I was showing her a picture. Her picture is amazing. It was beautiful picture, beautiful reaction. Her eyes, everything was perfect. I love this picture, and I was kind of very kind of excited because I got this emotion from her. It shows on the picture. So I was showing. She said, "Oh no, that's not how I look like." I thought, "What do you mean? That's not how you look like?" She said, and she got her phone and she showed me a picture taken by a filter, on her phone. So she said, no, look, that's how I look like. I look at the picture, that filter pictures. No, but that's a filter. She said, yeah, that's how I look like. I don't know. That's not how you look like. That's that's a filter, you know. And now there is a lot of people. They start to believe they look like what they see on their phones more than and what I hate on the majority of the people now, because of the social media, they start to take one two filters, and they started to just like one kind of profile, they so all when you look into their picture on social media, you're gonna see the same profile all the time, same angle of the photo. And when you show them different angle, they don't like it. They don't like it. That's why sometimes I ask people, when I'm, especially if I feel like you are at work and you're working or you're taking picture of people, I always ask them, what's your favorite profile? I take a multiple profile, but I insist to ask this question: what's your favorite profile? Because I want, when they gonna look to their pictures, I want them to see themselves even with their angle, with this profile, with this specific profile that they like, and I show them the different. And most of the time, when I take different angles, I like, majority of the time, I like the angles that they don't like their profile with, because their eyes start to use this profile, this angle of camera. But people, I don't know what they're looking now, but I'm not gonna change my.
The cultural scene in Dearborn, you're covering a lot of the cultural scene in Dearborn. Most of the events of the Arab American National Museum are covered by the lens of Houssam Mchaimech and Pixels Pro, your company. Um, how do you describe the cultural scene in Dearborn? And is it, since you came here, is it getting better? What is it lacking? What's the future of it?
I believe, yes, it's getting better. Maybe for me too, because I start to know more and more people involved with the culture life. It's not yet even close to the culture life in Beirut, but for me, I'm optimistic. I'm about the culture life, and for me, I feel like I have kind of I have to work to support uh, people who are involved with this movement, culture movement, especially in our community. I feel like I have to do that because we need to help each other, because to work. We have to work as a community more as an individual. That's what I believe. That's how Beirut. It's during the civil war. There was no cinema in Beirut. The theater was almost gone. With a small project, and this project started to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And now in Beirut, there is about hundreds of culture organization, who's very active in Beirut. And I believe there is a big young generation. They need our direction to do something for them, because, as you know, this community, it's built, just everybody wants his kids to become doctor, lawyer, engineer. But there is a lot of talented people here. They wasting their talented to go to do something they don't like. So it's our job as a as a we can as an activist. You too, Wissam, you're doing amazing job. You know, to be honest, I believe of every single thing you do. I know you are kind of working hard. You have hundreds of ideas in your mind, but I'm so happy with that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't matter. You just keep trying, and I'm so happy to be part of some of your events you're doing in open Dearborn open mic, or the events you know the Arabic culture. There is something
الصالون الثقافي في
الصالون
ليفورنيا.
الثقافي في ليفورنيا. There is always. I wish I can. I wish I have more time. I will spend more time, but I need to work. I need to get money because I have big responsibility. If I feel like I have a kind of, I don't
Finish for this. Any final words?
my final word is just let's work as a community, not as an individual, because we cannot build anything big as a individual. We need to collaborate. We need to work together to build something bigger. And this community need us. Other than that, we're not gonna get any place. We're gonna stay as a small 100,000, 2,000 people, but it shouldn't be. That's our goal should be more bigger and bigger, and even to kind of collaborate with outside the community, because a lot of people in this country they know nothing about our culture, and it's our job to do it. So, and the new generation, they are very talented. We need to work with them. I love the ideas that's used to the nest. I saw an interview last week with the director of the Arab American National Museum. It was amazing. Their question was very good. For school student uh, asking those questions, it's very good. We need to help those kids. If they need our help in anything, I would love to help. I would love, because we can build something together. They need our support. And communication. We have big uh, miscommunication here. You don't know about a lot of things happening in the community. Today there was a documentary films at the museum. Nobody know about
You know that I went to look for this event, and Nada told me about this event. And I went to the museum's website.
it. They don't have it.
Couldn't find it there. I went to the museum's social media. I couldn't find it there. But then I Googled and I found it on Instagram and the Palestinian youth thing. I think they're the sponsors of it. So I found it there. So definitely, there is. I mean, it's an issue today in general of all. There's no centralized platform, so we're kind of lost in this.
We need to build that. We need to build a lot of things. I know you tried once to do the Arab Alliance, but we should to keep doing
Arab
that.
Media Alliance.
Arab Media Alliance.
Mhm.
We should to keep trying. Maybe it doesn't work from the first time, second time, but we should to keep trying. I wish I'm active on social media. I can use the social media more. I will help, but I'm not. I'm a photographer. If you have anything about photography, I will be the first one. But don't ask me about this kind of new technology about in the world. But I know that is kind of missing with that.
Ready with the outro? Well, thank you, Houssam Mchaimech, and looking forward to
Thank you.
seeing more of your photography and more discussions on Dearborn discussions. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.